All right. Happy Monday. So I decided to try something new. One of my friends said, she's not really a big reader of the Mind Blowing Monday 1, 2, 3. She really likes it, but she's not really into reading. She's more of like a auditory visual type person. So I'm trying something new, and I'm going to give you Mind Blowing Monday 1, 2, 3 without you having to open and read the newsletter. So if you are a YouTube person or a visual or auditory person, this is for you. All right, so let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Equinox, eclipse, escape. So yesterday was the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, and today is the fall equinox. It's the perfect time to pause and notice as we head into the final quarter of the year. So this season is about releasing what no longer serves us and finding that courage to take aligned action towards what does serve us. Eclipses have a way of illuminating what's being hidden, those dreams that maybe we've been carrying quietly but never pursued. And so now I want to encourage you. Now is the moment to take even the smallest step toward them. For me, those tiny steps became pathways to escape. So, escaping from an unfulfilling corporate career to a heart centered life of entrepreneurship. I'm in my seventh year now, and it is amazing. Of course, this is my story, not yours. I don't know what I don't know what your thing is, but that was one escape for me. Another one is escaping from unhealthy relationships and really identifying this kind of soul shifting self love that allows me to walk into spaces with this confidence and this energy that I just enjoy owning. And then escaping from limiting beliefs, those things that I once thought were impossible. I could have never dreamed this life that I live now, where I work on my own schedule, I travel the world, I do work that I'm passionate about. So, whether you are someone who enjoys astrology or not, the movement of the planets impacts our weather, our oceans, and our bodies. Today, during the equinox, we experience a balance between light and dark. So here in Atlanta, where I am, the sun rose at approximately 7:30 a.m. and it will set at approximately 7:30 p.m. So while we let go of things that don't support us, whether they are external, like haters and naysayers, and people who just create issues, or if they're internal, like our own self doubt or our inability to imagine or vision the future that we want, we can learn to balance between rest and activity and between practicality and play. So, this past Saturday, I attended a fall equinox event that created space and time for me to work through the things that I'm sorting through in my own life, right? Because even though I do this work, we are all works in progress. We are all growing. I'm sorting through my stuff. Hopefully, you're sorting through your stuff. So, last night, I journaled more deeply into this. And I open myself up to, my personal revelations and opportunities for my own expansion. So I encourage you to take a few moments today to lean into your own desires as we cross this kind of seasonal threshold before our capitalist culture distracts us with the pumpkin spice lattes and the Halloween decorations and the Christmas carols and all the things that are coming for us. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't love a good pumpkin spice latte. I am 100% here for it. I will probably dress up like a goddess for Halloween, so stay tuned. But what I'm saying is that the power is in the pause. The joy is in your own mirror reflection when you take the time to tend to your own garden. I always have one quote, two questions, and three ways to lead with joy for the week ahead. So, the one quote that I want to share with you this week is from Gabby Bernstein, who I adore. She says, lots of little right actions can lead to major outcomes. So I've been a fan of Gabby for almost a decade now. She is a prolific author and a spiritual teacher. I've learned a lot from her. She often talks about taking one small right action to move forward. So if you've ever studied habit change, if you one of the people who've read Atomic Habits or other books like that, you know how powerful that statement is. By getting clarity and making your goals tiny, you can move forward without all the anxiety and stress. Like if you've ever said, I need to lose 30 pounds, it's like, oh my God. But if you say, I just need to lose one, and then another one, and then another one, it's like, okay, that's doable. So you want to get healthier, exercise for 5 minutes. You want more peace, meditate for 1 minute. You want a new partner, send one DM. All right, you got it? Let's go. All right, so next, I have two questions for you. You might want to write this down or maybe think about it as I speak. So, as you move through this week of cosmic shifts, ask yourself one, what is one hidden dream I've been carrying that deserves at least one small step forward today? I'm going to read it one more time. What is one hidden dream I've been carrying that deserves at least one small step forward today? Now, remember, clarity comes through action, not through overthinking. So, whatever dream popped into your head first, go with it. Don't like say, oh, no, that's not a good one. I will never forget how terrified I was to write the word writer on my vision board. And now I can't imagine how I would be doing anything else. I wanted to be a writer my entire life. And now I have 4 books. So don't suppress whatever dream that popped into your head. Lean into that and see where that goes. The second question, because you always get one quote, 2 questions, and 3 ways to lead with joy for the week ahead. So the second question, where in my life do I need more balance between light and dark, rest and action, letting go and moving forward? I'm going to read it again. Where in my life do I need more balance between light and dark, rest and action, letting go and moving ahead? So, is it maybe finally letting go of that old high school friend? Maybe it's getting more rest. Maybe it's investing more time in play. See what bubbles to the surface for you, again, without second guessing yourself. All right, we are up to our 3 ways to lead with joy for the week ahead. And we are all leaders. As long as someone is looking up to you or following your lead, yes, you are a leader. So here are a few ways to align with the equinox energy this week. Number 1, take one small step. Choose a dream you've tucked away and give it 5 minutes of attention. Send the email, jot down the idea, or set a date. Tiny steps create momentum. If you need help, I just created a new offer this week just for this. I call it my small step one-on-one laser session. I'm a coach. I sell coaching packages, 3-month packages, 6-month packages. I do even like some little starter packages that are 2 or 4 sessions. But it occurred to me that can be stressful. So why not create something small that could be a small step? So a 30-minute small step laser session. It's an opportunity to connect with me without commitment. I will put the link so you can access it. All right, number 2 for ways to lead with joy. Create ritual around balance. See my candle next to me? It calms me down. It adds beauty to my space, but it also adds aromatherapy, the visual of the candle. It's a way that I like to bring balance into my space. So maybe light a candle and sit with it for 7 minutes in the morning, 7 minutes in the evening to honor the sense of equality between day and night. Let the stillness reveal what needs to shift for you. And remember, it's one small step. So you don't have to like, oh my God, if it's not 7 minutes, I don't have 7 minutes. It could be 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the evening. It could be something different. Maybe you want to anoint yourself for 2 minutes, or maybe you want to meditate for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. Just play around with the idea, see what works for you, what makes you feel nourished. And then the third way to lead with joy this week, release with intention. The word intention is so powerful, right? Because that's when we take control of our lives. We're not just letting things happen to us, we are setting intentions and taking an action from there. So, release with intention. Write down one limiting belief, one fear, maybe one old pattern that doesn't serve you anymore, and then tear it up or burn it safely, symbolically freeing yourself to move on into your next season of growth. And I can't emphasize enough burning it safely. So be careful if you're going to burn anything. I have also done this with like tissue where I've written on toilet paper and then flushed it down the toilet. So you can do something that doesn't involve fire. But I used to go to these sweat lodges where they had the big outdoor flame. And I can't tell you how many times I wrote down self doubt on a piece of paper. I didn't want anyone to see it because I didn't want anyone to know I was doubting myself. And then I would quietly go and burn it. This was years before I started my own business, when I was, working through my corporate America experience, but release with intention, release, release, release. So the equinox and eclipse remind us that the universe is always shifting, and so are we. Hopefully we are. I think we are, even if we don't want to be. We are always shifting. We're growing, we're changing, we're maturing, we're aging. The question is, will you pause long enough to notice? And are you brave enough to take the next small step? If you've made it this far, you're already doing the work. You're part of the 1%. I am so proud of you. Keep going. I wish you freedom, alignment, and effortless abundance. Sending you much love and hugs for the week ahead. And oh gosh, if you need help right now, I'm going to put the link for the small step one-on-one laser session if you're interested in that. And sign up for the paper copy of this so that you can get additional updates on things that I'm working on. It doesn't hurt to have it. I have a retreat taking place here in Atlanta in November. I'm going to be at an international retreat in January in Costa Rica. So there's lots of opportunities to connect. Go ahead and have a wonderful